Children, last year you have learned frequency table and bar graph, correct? But there are some other methods for organizing data, and that is measure of central tendency. Okay, let's find out what is it. Representing value. There must be particular value which represent the complete data, correct? Okay, and this is the average of data. The average lies between the smallest and the largest number of data, so it is called central tendency of the group of data. There are three types of central tendency of data. Okay, one is mean, another is median, and third is mode. Okay, whenever you have given any data, there is one value which represents the whole data, and that is called the central tendency of group of data. Okay, so let us understand these all one by one. Let's first find out arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, which is commonly known as average. Okay, the mean and the average of a number of observation. To calculate the mean, we have to divide the sum of the values of observation by the total number of observation. Okay, so arithmetic mean is what? The most common representative arithmetic mean is the most common representative value of a group of data. Okay, it's, as I told you, it's commonly known as average. It is represented as x, or rather we can say arithmetic mean, right? Arithmetic mean is equal to sum of observation upon number of observation. Arithmetic mean is equal to sum of observation upon number of observation. Here, if we can say mean is represented as x bar of n. If we want to find out mean of n values, okay, x1, x2, x3 represent one value, right, up to n means n number of values, then an, that is arithmetic mean x bar, is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xn upon n, that is sum of observation upon number of observation. Let's take an example. Okay, here the score of 8 students in science given is 25, 28, 23, 24, 29, 35, 42, 48. So what we need to do? We need to sum all, and as there are 8 subjects, what we need to do? Total 8 observations are there, so we'll divide it by 8, and so as we will get arithmetic mean as 31.75. Similarly, another example which is given in your book, that is a basement score 36, then 35, then 50, then 46, then 60 and 55. Then you have to find out the mean of this. So what we need to do? We'll add all, and as we add, we get total of this is 286. You can refer, as we add on, we get 282. Okay, and total 6 players are there. Oh, sorry, 6 innings are there. So divide by 6, and we will get 47 as our mean score. Okay, arithmetic mean score. Okay, now if we compare this, okay, look at here. Here are the observation. Okay, here are the observation. This is the mean, correct? Tell me, is the mean greater than all the values? Yes or no? No, it's not greater than all the values. Is it less than all the values? No. Is it it there? Is it one of the value given in the observation? No. All these question has answer no. It's neither greater than all the values nor less than all the values, and it may or may not be the value included in the observation. Okay, understand? So arithmetic mean it may not be there in the observation. Okay, it may be the value which is not given in the observation. Understand? That means the arithmetic mean is actually lies between the given two numbers. Okay, so what in a particular the mean of two number will always lies between the two numbers. For example, if I take the mean of 5 and 11, the mean of 5 and 11 lies between 5 and 11, correct? Right? So if I say 5, 11, okay, that is equal to 16 upon 2, that is 8. So 8 lies between 5 and 11. So that way, if I ask you to find out the numbers lies between 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 4, are you able to do? Let's try it. Okay, let's try the numbers between 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 4. Correct. What we need to do? We need to add 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4 and divide by 2. If we do so, what do we get? LCM is 4, so 2 plus 1 upon 4 into 2. Correct. So it is 3 upon 8. So 3 upon 8 lies between 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 4. Correct. Once again, we can further find out that if what is lies between 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 8. What is lies between 3 upon 8 and 1 upon 4. If we keep on doing so, we are able to get one middle number here, one middle number here. Already we have one middle number. That way we are able to find out three numbers. Correct. So if I say 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 8, okay, 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 8. So 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 8, the middle number of 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 8 is, again, what we need to do? Okay, what we will do? 1 upon 2 plus 3 upon 8 upon 2. So that is equal to, yes, 8 is the LCM, so 4 2 8. So 4 plus 3 upon 8 into 2, so 7 upon 16. Correct. Further you can take 7 upon 16 and 3 upon 8. Okay, and so keep on doing so, we are able to get between numbers. Okay, we can find out the between numbers of given numbers, right? So try out to find out at least 5 numbers between 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3. Get it? Are you able to do so? I hope you are able to do this. Okay, understand? Okay, so now let's see range. Arithmetic means lies between smallest and the largest observation. Right? The difference between the highest and the lowest observation gives an idea of spread of the observation. And these can be found by subtracting the lowest observation from highest observation. So we can say that a range is a difference between the largest and the smallest observation. Get it? So range is equal to largest observation minus smallest observation. For example, if the age of the student in a class is given what will be the range of the given student. So here the highest observation is 16, low age is 13, so the range is 3. Understand? So that way you are able to find out the range. Okay, let's take some example. See, you have given example 3, right? In example 3 you have given ages of 10 teachers in your school, right? The data is given 32, 41, 28, 54, 35, 36, sorry, 26, 23, 33, 38, and 40. These are the ages of teachers. Now you have asked the first question, what is the age of the oldest teacher and of the youngest teacher? So you can see here, from here we can find out 54 is the oldest one and 23 is the youngest one, correct? Now what is the range of the teachers? Oh, so simple. 54 minus 23, that is equal to 31 years is the range of the observation or range of the ages. Get it? Now what is the mean? So what we need to find out the mean? We have to add all. We have to add this all and divided by how many teachers are there? Total number of teachers 10, divided by 10. So we will get the total of this is 350 divided by 10. So the arithmetic mean of this data is 35 years. So average age of teachers is 35 years. Understand? Now understanding the example and the concept, you are able to do exercise 3.1. Then even, okay, let's discuss some of the questions from exercise 3.1.